Hi guys, I am back with my January Crafty Cat design team project, and this month I am using her Winter Wonder kit. So I'm going to flip through this for you so you can see everything that's in the kit. And I think all of these, if I'm remembering correctly, all of these she makes the papers herself, and then adds the graphic to it here. Yeah, she collages all of those. And I think she might have done a video on this particular, how she created the backgrounds. Yeah, they're very pretty. Very cute. Then you get a doily sheet here. Another doily background here. And then these are the ephemera pieces that come with it. I think I said this before, but isn't this adorable? I love it. He's ice skating and he has a pillow on his bum. And then you get some tags and some pockets and some tickets with this kit. Okay, so that's the kit. Now I've already kind of started without you a little bit, mostly because I wasn't sure how it was going to turn out and I didn't want to video the process in case I hated it. Okay, so this is our cover, and obviously it's already folded, so I can't show you, the construction of this, but basically, I'll show you. I did several in case one didn't turn out or whatever. Okay, so this is a file folder, and how I got it to look the way I did is I put it in coffee water, and then once it was good and wet, then I pulled it up and I gently crinkled all of it up, and then I put it back in the water to get it soaked again, because you wring it out, and then when I pulled it up, I pulled it apart gently. And then I had my parchment paper down, and so then I took the Stormy Sky vintage photo, and I kind of sprayed it all over my parchment paper, and then I did the same technique that I did a few months ago with the other, I don't remember exactly which kit we were working with then, but how we kind of like blotted it down, kind of swirled it. I did add a little bit of water to kind of move it around. So then I did both sides that way. And then I let that soak for a few minutes, kind of blend in, mix, and that sort of thing. And then I took my Glimmer Mist, and then I just did it on the covers. So you can see, like, this part right here is Glimmer Mist, and then there is, I know the camera won't pick it up, but it's a little shimmery. Not much. So what it did is it blended down in with the Distress Oxide sprays. And then I just baked them, and this is how they turn out. Okay, and so then I just took, because it does change the integrity of the file folder a little bit when you're coffee dyeing and then using the other oxides and whatnot. So what I did for the spine is took some snowflake scrapbook paper, and then just did it on both sides, cut 3-inch pieces, kind of folded them in a little bit, glued them in, and then I've sewed it with like a pale bluish gray thread. Okay, so that gets y'all caught up for the cover part right now. Now what I want to do is put, since I did 3 of the pockets, I wanted to sturdy this up a little bit so that when we put in the eyelets, they're not just pulling out. So I took one of the other file folders that kind of matched that piece a little bit. Actually, that one goes on this side. So we're going to put these here. And did I mess that up? Apparently they're a little too long now that it's sewed. Yep, okay, so I'm going to go ahead and take this little piece off here just so that they line up exactly with the spine. I don't want it overlapping. So I'll take those down in just a minute. I think I'll measure it out a little bit here. Find my pencil. Okay, and then we'll measure this one too. I bet you it's off just a little bit. Yep. A little more than a quarter there. And I'm not sure if I have my little handy dandy little chomper handy. That won't matter. Let's just continue here and then I'll pause it, I'll cut it, and I'll sew it, and then we'll glue it in. So the die cuts that I used is this little Tim Holtz snowflake pack. And then I'm going to put this behind it so it brings a little bit of sparkle and it sturdies up our pocket even more for the eyelets. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and glue this down. I think art glitter glue will work for this. I'm pretty sure it will. So I'm going to go ahead and glue this piece, like this side of it down, so that, because I really want to make sure I get in there and get all those little tiny pieces in there, so that when they're somebody's in and out of the journal, it doesn't pull and rip those pieces. And I think it'll stay in there. And that glitter paper came from one of the kits from last year from Michaels. I have no idea if they had it this year or not, because those of you that have been with me for a while will know that I don't shop at Michaels anymore, out of principle. My big cutter, well, I guess I don't probably need to say, but yeah, I just don't. Okay, and like I said, I'm not gluing all like the corners because I'm just going to sew them anyways, so there's really no point in using the glue for over there. Okay, so I'll glue this piece here. So I hope everybody is doing well. Tax season is kicking off and it's keeping me rather busy, which is good, right? And I really like doing numbers and that sort of thing, so it works well. Okay, maybe. Nope, can't move that. All right, we'll just trim that off. Okay. All right, so I will be right back. I'm gonna trim those edges off and sew it real quick, and then I'll be right back. Hold on, guys. All right, guys, I am back. So, and I added this lace here, which I need to do a video. I got this lace from Emily at Emma from Miss Treasures in my little Christmas present. And gosh darn it, you all saw that, right? That I needed to trim it down, and now it's too short on both sides. Oh, the things that drive me nuts, right? Anyways, we're just gonna go with it. And I left my lid off again, and I need to take Emily's tip of putting my pen back in my glue bottle, or like put a magnet on the side, I think is what she did. Well then, I guess since it's clogged, I'm not going to take any more of your time. We'll just move on to Fabric Tack. And maybe in the next few minutes I will figure out where my pen went. It's probably on the floor like everything else these days. So, yep, and I still don't have my new desk in here, or new table. I will get there eventually. It might even just be a spring project, I guess. I'm not sure. I keep having these best laid plans, right? Go awry, don't they? And then I'm going to take you through a little bit different way of doing pages and I haven't done it. I don't think I've done it since last summer. So, and I know we have some new kids here, so I want to make sure that they know that they can do this and that it really makes a really cute addition. And the reason I'm doing this is the next step here is really because my printer is being silly and won't print like double-sided well. It just started doing that. Usually I could get it to line up pretty good, but right now it's being facetious. Like I kept having like these weird gaps and I don't know, just bizarre happenings. We did get new internet, so it's not taking me 4 hours to download a 30-minute video anymore, so that's good. Okay, so we're gonna let that dry for a minute, and then we'll, I'm not sure if it'll be this video or the next video or whenever, then we'll go ahead and put our eyelets in, and I'm gonna use Sari Silk to close that off. So let's see, what was my next? Oh my gosh. Oh yeah, right. Signature. Where is that? All right. So I have the signature kind of put together. But what I'm doing instead, and we're going to have to be doing some trimming, and this is about the time where I'm going to really need my art glitter glue. And I have some of these handy really quick because I don't know where my extra pins are at the moment. I'm just going to open this really quick and just get the glue unstuck. And I think I figured out why I keep getting glue clogs, because the pin itself isn't the problem. I think it's because I keep, one, leaving it all off, and then when I'm gluing, I use the tip to kind of spread it around, and I think that is what it's doing. Okay, so what I did here, okay, so on this side, right, it printed this way, and then I trimmed off the edges, right? Okay, well, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these, and this is just cut in half. You know what I should have done too before I started. So you could, in essence, you could sew around this. I have not had good results with like gluing back to back. But for this next part, let me see. Somewhere down here is my little trimmer. And it would probably really help if I cleaned up the room, you know. That would probably go a long ways to organizing. Yeah, that little mini chomper. I have no idea where it went. So we will just razor blade it for now. And that other ruler's in the other room. Oh my gosh. All right. So I guess we're going to eyeball a few of them. Yeah, because that always turns out well, doesn't it? Talk about unprepared today, huh? All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of figure out how much I'm overhanging here. Because I've already creased the page, right? So what I want to do is kind of line it up here. And I don't think I'll end up having to take off that much. Yeah, see, it's just a little fraction there. So I think if I take the side that's going to be closest to the spine, just kind of follow my line up a little bit here. I would highly suggest using a cutter or a trimmer for this though. Let's see here. Okay. All right. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a side tuck. So I'm just going to glue these down. I'm going to find my little crease here because it's better to line it up with the crease on the inside, because we can always trim off the outside if we're off just a little. So it's going to be very similar to what we did with the altered book. See, now I have a side tuck here. Okay, now I'm going to take this edge and just kind of clean it up too. Okay, so here. And I think I'll do a couple with you, because you could stencil on them. You could do a handful of things with it, right? Like I said, we'll trim off any of the long ones. See, I'm just a little tiny off there. So I'm just going to take my scissors down and trim this off. Okay. All right, so then obviously we're kind of left with this, and when it's in the journal, you're not really going to see that. But what I'm going to do is just take my distress ink, kind of bend this back, and just run a little bit down and through there. And then I think, let me grab my hole puncher really quick. And Paul did some operation on this one too, so we'll see how well it punches. Okay, so I'm going to make the little thumb hole up here. Oh, but I'm off a little bit on that, so I'll have to trim that one down. It looks like he needs to operate on it just a little more. Just off a skoshing up here. So I'm just going to take that off a little bit. Okay. And then, so I just tried to ink with the lid on. Oh boy. So I'll just ink around these a little bit, ink around the little hole. And there's something else I want to try here. I want to try like fabric tags, but I'm not sure quite how to do it. I'll take it in here a little bit. Okay, so then I'm going to go opposite down here because I have 5 of these pages to make, so I kind of want them staggered. Oh, I know what I was going to do. That was my other thought, guys, is I am going to do the fabric, but I'm going to do it on the index cards. Like the journal cards that I stick in these. That's what it was. So we got to find some fabric. Okay, I'll have to finish that other side right on the outside there. So this, in essence, is another way you can double-side your work without having to print double-sided. And you really could, another way that I've done it is not make them pockets, and then I've just used like my 12 by 12 sheets of paper, and just done like a little background type, almost like a collage. Okay, so that is one. 2 pockets there, okay. All right, let's do, oh, and then I did, okay, so I was having so much fun with that Distress Oxide stuff. I made coffee oxide, I guess, pages there. Let's go to this one here. Oh, another trick too, I don't know if you've seen it on other channels, probably. Okay, so this is where I got that piece out of. So if you keep it kind of lined up like that, then you'll know where this piece goes back in. Okay, so again, I'm going to just kind of clean up this little edge here. Not a ton, just a little skosh off the edge. Right? Okay. How is everybody's New Year's going? Like, are you, if you set goals, are you still on track? I think I am. I don't know. I don't know. You know, in all honesty, I haven't finished writing my goals either. I should do that, but that might be more of an April thing when tax season's over. And just nip the ends of these. Right, that's right side up. Yep, okay. Okay, now this one we want to bring down just a little bit further, right? So we're about here, so maybe about here. Yeah, it looks like he needs to shave off just a little bit more of that. That other one was pretty close down here. You know what, I'm going to trim. I'm just a skosh along on this one. Just take that little bitty bit off. Okay, so I'll go just a little higher than the last one. Ugh. Yeah, I know, like everybody says that Fiskars will replace it, but I haven't gotten that far yet. Okay. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and ink real quick again. And this whole kit, I don't think you would actually really necessarily need to ink because it's already got very nice edges on it already. And I'm mainly doing it too, just to, in case I am off just a little bit on the white. Okay, so easy peasy, right? And then you have some really cool tucks, right? Okay, let's pull this over. All right, so then my next one is right here. Yeah, like I said, I just went a little nuts with all that, and I did use a little bit of the purple oxide too. It's like an orchard color. I don't remember the exact name of it, but yeah, I did have fun with papers. It was like 1:30 in the morning last night. All right, we'll do this last one, and then I'll see how long the video is, and then we'll move on to something a little bit different for you. Like that one's going to be way off, and I bet you this one's going to be kind of short, maybe? No, guess not. That's so weird, isn't it? That's all right. We'll be good. We'll be good. So we'll just line it up for the edges, and then we'll just trim off. No worries. Looks like they're just a little bit taller too. Isn't that so weird? Like when printers like decide that they're going to be goofy, they're like really goofy, and I bet you didn't even catch all of that. Yep. Isn't that weird? It's just bizarre, isn't it? I think it is. Okay. It's a kind of a decent weekend. I won't say it's warm. It's like 35, but for Colorado, it's a warm 35. I know that, like, the girl I work with at the tax office and I were discussing this the other day. Like, Colorado just seems weird right now. Like, it used to be, like, even like 5 years ago, like a 30-degree day here because of the sun would actually feel like it was almost 50. Like, especially after like a snowstorm and stuff, it would literally feel like it was like 50, and we never had snow last. And the fact that we still have snow from November on the ground is literally like unheard of. We've never had snow on the ground that long, ever. And I'm a native, and we have never had snow this long, ever. And so we were talking about how it just seems like the sun just isn't warm anymore. It's not warming Colorado like it used to. Okay, and then I think these side holes we're going to make pretty close together, as far as like, obviously they'll be in different spots in the journal. But if you notice, I kind of was staggering them. I think I'm gonna go down just a little bit more on this one than the previous one. Oh, Yeah, Polly definitely needs to take a look at that one. And then I think I'm going to kind of go, oops. Oh, whoops. Well, maybe not. Hold on. Let me do that. Okay, so it'll be right at the birds. Okay. I was like, I don't want to cut any birds off because those are really cute birds. See what I mean? It just keeps catching up. And he operated on it a little bit, but not fully. Okay, we'll ink this, and then, like I said, I think we'll call this a video because I betcha we're probably pretty close to the 30 to 40 minute mark. And then, yeah, I don't know what else. Like I said, the ephemera, I'm not 100% on yet. I mean, obviously now we'll need journal cards for each slot, right? And I was actually thinking that maybe we would just collage some. Yeah, I'm not really for sure. And I keep getting off frame on you guys, don't I? Okay. All right. So, yeah, there we go. See? Yep. All right, so then I have 2 more of those to do, and I think the middle signature is going to be top loading pockets, I think. I'm not sure. I'll know it when I get there. Okay. All right. So, yep, I will call this one a video, and then when we come back, I will have some more exciting things to work on. We'll talk to you soon, guys. Bye.